mic, ma'am.
There's a mouse right in front of you.
There you go.
Oh, looks like we're live.
We're live.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Good
We
evening,
are
everyone.
live. Welcome to Girls Gabbin.
Yes, welcome to Girls Gabbin.
And let me say, this is a special show. It's a special show. They're all special. Because this is actually the last show of Girls Gabbin radio show for the year 2019.
Yes, it is.
And then we're going to take a little holiday break and get ready for 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and we have some wonderful guests that are coming on here to kind of celebrate with us. So, I'm going to show y'all in a minute how we celebrating if y'all can't already see. But we ain't playing, okay? We have
Full
never done
celebration,
this.
yes.
We have never done this
We have
on
not.
our show, but this show is the perfect show to do that.
Absolutely.
So, before we got started, I wanted to, Andrea, is anything going on with you that you're preparing for the new year or that was exciting for 2019?
Well, everything has been exciting. I want to say thank you all. Our show, again, we will be coming up on a year, coming 2020, so we're super excited about that. Actually, January, our first show will be our year.
Yep.
That we've been on the air. So we are super excited to gear up for that. I want to thank each and every one of our guests. It has been a phenomenal first year. We didn't know where we were going with this when we
That's
first
right.
started, but we're happy to be here. And
We're not newbies no more.
no, we're not. I already got my 2020 on.
That's right.
All right.
So, but we're going to be gearing up for some new things. Lisa and I will kind of be stepping outside the box next year, I think, doing a lot more with events, etc., to make Girls Gabbin's brand more renowned. So we're getting excited about that. So just keep an eye out on us. Get ready for us even more. And we're getting ready.
And I'm just going to mention before we get started, too, is that because this was a huge year for me.
Very much so.
A lot of things went on. I actually did my first book. And on top of that, it was a lot of firsts.
Yes, it was.
I did my very first book, The Power Shut Up. And then I came behind that and started my own publishing company that launched this year. And under the publishing company, I launched my first book under the publishing company, which was my first co-author book under my publishing company. But I also had two co-author books that I co-authored this year as well. So maybe about 4 books this year.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I did probably 3 billboards in New York, Times Square, which was awesome.
What's that mean?
I had my book released on the billboard in Times Square.
All right.
Lights, camera, action. It
All
was
right.
wonderful.
All right. All right.
It was a wonderful thing to do. I did it with The Power Shut Up. I did it with the Unleash Your Superpower. And I did the co-author books. So for both of the co-author books. So that was exciting. So I traveled to New York 4 times in a year, which is a lot. Yeah. I'm friends with all the toll people now. No, I'm just kidding. But I will say that ending this year, I am emceeing a next weekend, as a matter of fact, December 13th through the 15th. You can still go out there and register, but I am emceeing an event called the Rosa's 7th Annual Leading Within Conference, and Sharon Parker is the host.
Oh, wonderful.
And
we had
she
Sharon on the
is
show.
Yes, we did. And Sharon is big on history. We were talking about that earlier.
Right.
And Sharon, Rosa actually stands for Remembering Our Ancestors Synergistic Association.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And this year we are bringing, it's a women's conference, but we're also inviting the men out on Friday for a authors expo. And Ellen Bryan from
I was about to say,
WUSA, Channel 9, Great Day America,
Great Day
Good
America.
Washington or whatever. She's coming out to host that. But
Okay.
I'm excited to MC the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're inviting everybody to come out. We're going to be synergizing. And Sharon's mission is actually to get the youth and I call the wiser connected, because a lot of times there's a gap between us. We don't understand what the other hand is doing. And sometimes it's just the understanding of it. We're doing things differently, but we kind of want the youth to understand why you're able to do what you're able to do now. And I think we miss that point sometimes. And Sharon's mission is to continue. This is the 7th annual. The very first one was in 2013, and it was called Unconditional Love.
Right.
And we've had some wonderful people support Sharon, from the mayor's mom. One year, she was a beautiful lady, and she taught us some things. I have learned more history in just these conferences than sometimes I remember from school, because it's literally the people sitting there telling you, this is what I experienced. That's why when we had you on the show earlier and wanted to get you all on, was because you all have all of those nuggets, and these kids don't know.
They don't know that.
You know, just to read it in a book is so different than actually talking to somebody who actually was there.
That's true. And Sharon also is the niece of one of my best friends, Sheba Akil, who's already passed and gone on with the ancestors. But yeah, Sheba was one of my best friends. And
I love Sharon. What she's doing is phenomenal, and anytime I am able to be a part of it, I spoke at the very first one, which was my very first speaking engagement. So it was kind of like, I know, I did, but back in 2013, I would have never thought that last year I did MC it with Candace Camille, the plank challenge, phenomenal lady. We both did it. I didn't do no planking, but that is Camille's lane, but she is just the bomb at what she does. But this year I'm actually going to be emceeing and trying to motivate people. We have Facebook Lives going all over the place. So I told her I would just do a shout out. The theme this year is the power of 7. And because 7 is the year of perfection and completeness.
Yes.
So we are trying to do it big, and we're still encouraging people to come out next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you know somebody, it's at the Hilton. Let me give you it's at the Hilton Washington National Mall, LaFont Plaza.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if she still has the discounts on the rooms, but she has some great deals on the hotel down there, because it's, I think, renovated. So they had some wonderful prices for, you know, I think a king size was like $209 for a night for 2 king size in the room or something. It was some kind of phenomenal price. So she's really encouraging everybody to come out, but it is a call to action for mothers, grandmothers, wives, aunts, sisters, godmothers, everybody. I mean, we got to work together.
Absolutely.
And knowing your history is the first step into to moving forward. So that's what we're doing, and I promised her that I would put it out there. So get in touch with Sharon Parker. You can also go to www.leadingwithin.org for more information, and you can check my page too. I've been posting forever the link so that you can register, even for if you know an author who's interested. On Friday night, it's the Authors Expo, so you can go out there, and you know, we want everybody to shine. So
awesome. I
wanted to put that out there because that's my last hoorah before it's Christmas time. I think I'm shutting down after that, and it's all about family. So
wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. My birthday is actually next Saturday, so
okay.
Just put that out.
We'll do a shout out for Andrea's birthday.
So I'm excited. Yes,
1 year wiser.
Absolutely. I'm at the end of I gladly will say this is my last year of my 40s.
All right.
So I'm going to be celebrating.
About to say welcome.
Nice.
Yes, I'm about to say welcome next year. So I'm excited. But yeah, I wait all year. I know people say everybody waits a year, but no, we wait the entire year. This is December.
Yes.
So yes, I'm excited. But
well,
I'm just glad to be
another
here.
Birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. But
so we got a lot to celebrate today.
We do, and we're doing it the right way.
Yes. And y'all gonna find out why in just a minute.
Absolutely.
Some of them don't know, but we about to teach them. We about to teach them something. So I'm gonna give a little bit of background, and then I'm gonna really put the focus on what the two of you are here for, because we've had Martine on the show before.
Yes, we have.
And if you all don't remember, Martine is a returning guest. She came with Sylvia Trayvon Morrison and
Millie McGee.
Millie called on the phone.
Hoover.
Yes. So which was an amazing story. So we still need to get her back.
Yes.
So 2020 we
we got her.
But she came on the show. She's a nationally acclaimed model with 45 years fashion experience. She's a former Wilhelmina Models International model. She worked with Essence Magazine. She produced amazing fashion shows, and she's a designer. And I think last time you were here, you showed us some of your fashion.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
We made her model for us and everything. We was like, oh yes, okay, nobody can do it like you, but so we are glad to have you back.
Thank you.
And we did have Roach in the studio.
He was sitting in the background.
But he stayed in the back. But now he's at the mic.
Absolutely.
We finally got him in here. And he's a TV and film producer, radio host, criminal justice consultant, playwright, political activist, motivational speaker, tireless advocate for returning citizens and domestic violence victims. I mean, already y'all should know that it's just powerful up in here today.
Yes.
So, what we want to share is one of the reasons why they are here together, which makes this even more powerful. Because not only trailblazers, they have a powerful story about how they came together, and this is actually one of their favorite times of year because New Year's Eve is a memorable moment for them. And since we're going into the new year, why not have somebody who they're powerful in their businesses, the history is here, and the love is just on fire.
Yes.
So that's why they sitting together, because they said that's how we do it together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I don't know if I should read a little bit of this. So I'm thinking maybe you all should probably just kind of tell us.
Yeah, let them tell the
because y'all
story.
can tell it best. But I'm excited to have y'all here.
Thank you.
I want y'all to share our story. We got to learn some stuff. So teach us.
We do.
Okay.
Teach us.
I met Roach when I was 19 years old.
Okay.
There was a Jerry Lewis telethon at WTTG, Jennifer. And James Brown was one of the entertainers. So I was assisting someone with that whole project. And so I had taken my mom with me that day. She loved James Brown. So at the studio, Roach was like, oh, I'd like your number. I'm like,
Wait a minute. He just came to you and said, I would like your
yeah,
number.
just like that.
Oh, that's right.
And I said, okay. And that day, he told my mother that he was going to marry me.
Oh, wow.
One day.
And that was in 72.
Wow.
Yes.
And we got married 11 years ago.
This is what that looks like, y'all. Okay.
Wow.
Direct to the
We got
point.
married in 2010. So that took like 40 years.
But you knew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The moment I saw her. I
And
knew
you
I
made
wanted
sure
her.
that she knew.
Yeah.
That mama knew, actually.
With no hesitation. He said, I want your number.
Right.
He didn't say, hello, how you doing? I want your number. That's right. Why,
Absolutely.
Why chase it? There you go.
Love it.
Love it.
So let me ask you a question. So when you found out that he told your mom that, what was your take? Were you like, excuse me?
I was pretty reserved. It took a while before.
I wore you down.
He didn't give up.
That's what I was going to ask. He said he
I
wore
love
you
it.
down.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because what? I think that telethon was maybe like June or something. And September was my mother's birthday. My mother, Mary Lacey Moore, was a musician
Okay.
in Washington, D.C. She was a child prodigy. She had played the organ, taught piano lessons, had groups. She played at 19th Street Baptist Church for 29 years.
Wow.
So that September, Roach and I had gone to this piano bar before on Connecticut Avenue. So he decided to give my mom, gave her a surprise birthday party
Okay.
with the piano guy. And that was the first time that I let him even hold my hand.
And that melted her too.
I know that's right. No, but you know what? I love the fact that was it. It was like, they
That's all
talk
it
about
took.
nothing else. Holding hands, and that was
He
it.
didn't do
Okay?
too much talking, though.
That's
You noticed
right.
that? He made it plain in the
And he was
beginning.
good with it. He was like, yes, okay.
When
And
my
playing
mother heard
birthday
that pianist
party.
play and she loved piano,
Oh, that was
it
it.
melted the mother, melted her, and that was the first time she let me hold her hand.
Oh,
I knew things was
You
gonna work
found the
out.
button, right? You were like, oh yeah, I'm in
Did
there.
them all.
that's right. That's it. You did it the right way. Well done. Well done.
That's right. So what was it that made you just say, okay, let me get this to go?
I guess that was it.
That was
you
it?
know,
Yeah.
he tugged at my heart.
Yeah, he tugged hard.
He did.
But you know,
It's
the,
smart.
the irony of it is, when we met, I was in prison serving life, and I was on furlough from Lawton, working at the TV station as a producer. And I had to go back to prison 2-3 nights a week while doing the television show. So shortly after we met, I got hooked up in September. We moved in together. For 2 years, we lived in an apartment over by the zoo off of
Okay.
Connecticut Avenue. And I go back to prison 2-3 nights a week. Then I told her I got to go back to Lawton in the morning. She said, "For what? What's going on?" I said, "I forgot to tell you, I've been on furlough."
I forgot to tell you. Wait a minute.
I'm serving life, and I forgot all.
You forgot all about that.
That's a whole story within itself now, right? Yeah.
So I tried to get him to send me back to prison because we was having some problems inside of my group called the Inner Voices.
Yes.
And the only way the problems can be resolved, I had to go back to prison. And the director said, "It don't make sense. You spent 10 years to get out of prison. Now you ask me to put you back in there? I don't."
That's an odd
God,
question.
that's an odd question. And she couldn't understand why I wanted to go back to jail. She didn't know I'd been in the first place.
Right.
Now we know why he was so direct.
Right.
I gotta get this done, and I need you to understand.
Right.
You gotta come to
Right.
I got to be account time at a certain time. I got to be back in prison.
Absolutely.
But you still had a plan.
Yeah.
Almost a Cinderella moment.
Yeah.
He said, "I got come time."
Well, even with that, it was like it didn't discourage you from. I know what I'm getting ready to do.
Right.
So it wasn't like, oh, I can't, or this is not gonna work. You ain't even entertained that.
He did not.
You know, don't deal with no negative things that ain't
I
gonna
know
work.
that's
You just
right.
get in touch with your inner voice.
I know that's
And
right.
if you believe something, if you see it, you can achieve it.
Absolutely.
And in order for me to meet her, I was serving a life sentence. And I had to talk to the warden, the director, and the people at the TV station and knocked on the door and said, "You need to hire me." And he said, "Man, but you in jail. We just did your story on television. You serving life." So
Well,
I
what
said,
better subject,
"Yeah,
right?
that's right." So he said, "We can't do that." I said, "Don't say you can't say you won't. You can do
Right.
anything you want to do."
Right.
Absolutely.
So he said he's going to take a chance, and they hired me for 90 days. And in 60 days, they moved me up to associate producer at Channel 5.
Okay.
And during that time, Maury Povich's show was called Panorama out of Washington.
Okay.
So I worked on Maury Povich's show. I went back to prison late that night, come back up in the morning, and I learned the whole TV business
Wow.
on furlough, serving a life sentence
Look at
coming
that.
out of Lawton.
True
So-
testimony.
So you can do whatever
Absolutely.
you set your mind to.
Exactly.
There's no excuses out there after that. If y'all
Absolutely.
look, I don't even know how anybody could come behind that and say, "Well, I couldn't
can't do it."
because." I mean,
Mhm.
what you mean?
Mhm.
If you can do that,
That's the evidence you need right there. That just
And
shows
on
in the
top of that, the
testimony.
president gave me parole on Christmas Day.
wow.
I got my sentence, a life sentence around Christmas. I got beaten and paralyzed and placed in solitary around
wow.
Christmas. And I wrote a poem called Christmas in Prison. Then he took me out of the solitary and sent me to the Sane Asylum over there on St. Elizabeth's.
Uh-huh.
St. Elizabeth's.
So I did 3 years in the Sane Asylum as a 21-year-old kid.
Mercy.
Wow.
I said mercy.
Yeah. And while in there, I got involved in the drama group of a lady called Alfred Brown from Howard University.
Mm-hmm.
And she taught us how to do drama and use drama as a therapy method. And I fell in love with the theater. They sent me back to Lawton. And they didn't have a drama group in Lawton. And drama in Lawton, or in prison, is an effeminate kind of a
Okay.
project.
Right.
They think most actors are like that.
Mhm.
So you're trying to bring something that's going against the culture.
Right.
Mhm.
So I caught a lot of flack from the guy starting the group trying to get, but it didn't make no difference.
Right.
That's right.
You know, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and they came in and cursed me out and said the courts don't read no plays; they read habeas corpuses. They read motions. I said, you do what you want, you do, and I knew.
What I did.
And then 5 years later, I stepped across the stage and met the president and got a presidential pardon
Wow.
on
Look at
Christmas
God. Look
Day.
at God.
And then,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whoever think you can get out of prison writing a play or writing a poem.
Right. Right.
Whatever your thing is, if you like it and you're passionate about it,
Right.
baby, go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you here, you free, got testimony, and got your woman.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
the best thing that ever
Okay.
happened to me.
I
That
say
is
it again. One more
awesome.
time. One more time. Y'all
This
need
is
to.
the best thing.
Absolutely.
When you got somebody that you can trust and put your life in that person's hands, and knowing that no matter what happens, she's doing it for the right reason. Even if you disagree with it, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We're so close, it's scared. So we can ride down the street and be in the car, And we'll reach for the radio at the same time. Somebody makes something, we'll say, gee, we both say the same thing at the exact same time. We responded like twins to situation. So that's when you know you got you there. This
Y'all in
is
sync.
That's
yeah.
true. Yes. Best friend.
Yeah, that's
wife,
energy, synergy.
everything.
That's everything.
Yeah.
And I just want
Yes.
to keep the warden out of it. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah. I know that's right. I know
You
that's
doing it the right way, though.
And what's the secret? Because I mean, you know, it's a blessing to be able to not just be together this long, but to be
together.
friends and connected that long. Because a lot of people are together and they're not connected. So it's not just the years. What is the secret? What is the?
Well, I always wanted somebody who was smarter than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to write your list.
Okay.
You have to write your list of what you want.
I didn't know you wrote no list.
Well, she had to
It
wait
wasn't
by that
for you.
June and September time.
Right.
It was
So
a work
you
in
have to write
progress.
that
But you made the list.
Yeah, you
Right,
made it.
you know,
And you aced
somebody who wanted to travel, who liked to travel, a businessman, somebody who's secure in themselves. The only thing he didn't fit on that list was a cook. Because I'm not a cook.
She
So,
sure ain't.
look, I always say you didn't marry me for my cooking.
And I didn't.
Well, we have something else in common too. But
So you
I know
cook.
I can,
No.
but I don't.
Neither one of you cook.
We eat all
No.
the time. And I'm a greasy spoon specialist.
Okay, that's all right. You
I
eat.
try to
like
find
that.
me a spoon.
I
love
like that.
Greasy spoons.
And look, when we met, I can attest to that because when we met, it was we were at I don't remember the name of the restaurant.
Trayvon's
It was a comedy show, and it was at a
Yeah.
restaurant downtown, and we met because we had already ordered. They came in, and I had pizza or something, and my husband had steak or something. He wouldn't eat his because it was not well done. Long story. But I had pizza, and so I offered you all some because you kept saying, "Man, that pizza smells good."
And they taking too long.
And they would take it.
Right.
They would take it too long with the order. The guy didn't come over, so I offered him some. At first, he's like, "Oh no, I'm fine." And I think it took about maybe 10, 15 minutes, and he grabbed a plate. And he said, "I think I will take a piece of that pizza."
He was hungry.
I didn't know what he
Yeah.
was talking about when he brought it up. But I was like, "Oh, absolutely." And then they did order, and I think he had another piece of pizza, but it just took so
I
long.
wanted
But
more.
yeah, and it was delicious. It was good because it was like, "Oh, is it good?" I was like, "Yeah, it's really good." So yes, he does like to eat. So you don't cook.
I can cook.
You can, but
I
you
cook.
don't like to.
Yeah, you know, it's not something every day. No.
I don't
Look
like
at his face, though. He like,
We
bowl
don't
of
do
cereal
that.
is all
But
we
you know,
need.
we have a 25-year-old son, and he's a sous chef.
Oh, you got the cooking in
There you go.
Yeah.
You worked that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You're good with that. I get it. I like a nice, beautiful, clean kitchen.
Right.
Like that
That's
model
what I
kitchen.
like. Yeah. I don't like to do nothing in it because then you mess it up.
You want that model kitchen
You know,
always.
You
I
asked,
understand.
you asked a question about something about that. You was asking about some of the qualities and things. One of the things is that when you meet somebody that you connect with spiritually, emotionally, people-wise, friendship-wise, lovers, when you connect on 5, 6, 7, 8 different levels,
Right.
and now we call the thing the inner voice. When you get in touch with your inner voice, when I meet people,
Right.
I don't care who they are, or they ain't got nothing to do to me. I would look at them and close my eyes inside and run my GPS up and down them, or my
Okay.
radar.
Okay.
And if it stops somewhere, something it's not right, and I'm not even
Right.
proceed.
Right.
But when I run my inner voice, my radar up and down somebody, and it comes back, hey, I ran my inner voice off against her, and I knew that was my wife.
No, that's right.
You know, and that was 45 years ago.
Yes.
I knew what I wanted, because you feel it. But then we said something before you came, Adrian, that getting some men together, we need to share this with other men. And they got to get themselves together. You got to get in touch with your inner voice.
Yeah.
When you get you in order,
That's
because
true.
I was out of order for a long time. I was a crazy, wild jerk. I did everything and anything. I mean, I went to prison 3, 4 times. So what? We learn from when we get hurt.
Absolutely.
Pain makes you grow.
Yes.
And the more
True.
pain you go through, the deeper and the farther you grow.
That's true.
And that's what gets you, how you say, I'm getting myself in order.
Mm-hmm.
When you go through all them painful experiences, it's learning.
That's true.
You're learning and growing.
It's just lessons.
And when you grow and get in touch with you, and she was going through the same things at different levels, at different places,
Mm-hmm.
but that pain brought us back together.
Yeah.
You know, and that gives you a certain outlook on life.
Right.
We don't, what upsets some people don't upset us. It doesn't even matter. We be broke, don't have $10 between us. We get in the car, start laughing and smiling and feeling good, because we know tomorrow is another day.
That's right. With you.
Yeah.
So it's like, who cares what else is going on? Which is actually my goal. You know, I've learned some of that over the years, just not just knowing my husband, but that when things are going awry, I feel kind of unsettled in all kinds of different things, whether it's work or friendships or whatever it is. I started telling myself, okay, go back to my core and to my center, which is home, where my husband is, and you know, my church, whatever that is. I go back to that and kind of recharge, kind of like when you play laser tag and you get, you know, shot, and then you have to go back to the home plate to recharge. I have to do that, and that's my husband and home. Even when things aren't the best, I go back there, because that's what I promised going, you know, when I stood before God. I said, okay, this is who I'm doing this entire journey with, so how am I going to go somewhere else and recharge when, so I love it. I'm all about the love, the connection, being best friends, because I can see that in you all, even when you're not talking. It's like we best friends though, so like bestie. This is my bestie right here. I got other, you know, but this is my bestie right here, no matter what. So I love it.
I love it, absolutely.
And we love it too.
Yes.
Martine, when was that moment for you? I know you said outside that moment at the piano, but outside of that, was there anything else that you just said, yes, this will be my husband?
We just connected. You know, even though I spent 5 years in New York as a Wilhelmina model, and then I spent 3 years in California, had a couple of TV shows out there. Every boyfriend I ever had always knew about Coach. I could always talk to him. I think that's what's important. I could say anything and do anything. You can do that with, I mean, you should be able, you know, we all know people who, I couldn't do that with them. I couldn't be honest with them.
But you could be yourself.
You still have to be yourself with the man that you choose to be your husband. You have to be able to say and do anything.
Right.
And then you know you got
it. Because I know I can be corny.
Right.
But the other day, I can't. Look, and I can be.
Well, at least you know that, Lisa.
I can be corny, but I mean corny in the sense of mushy gushy, you know, that kind of stuff, because that's who I am. I love love. I love doing little corny things or whatever. But as much as it's not him, but he
accepts it because
it's like who I am, and so he called it corny. I didn't call it corny. I just call it mushy gushy. But I'll take the corny if that's what you want to call it. But anything that keeps us connected, having fun, doing things outside the box. I mean, I come up with all kind of. But what the reason I like doing those kind of things is because the whole time I'm planning something that's weird or goofy or corny, I am all engrossed in my marriage and my husband, and I'm thinking about, okay, what is he like? Okay, how is he? So you're still all in it, and that's why that stuff is important, because you're putting time into it. Anything that makes him laugh, smile, or whatever is actually. Well, every now and then, okay, not smile, laugh, just to annoy the heck out of him. But, I mean, you get a rise out of that, too, sometimes.
One of the key things about being in a relationship is understanding the word is relate. You got to be able to relate to that person.
Yeah.
So if you can understand those things and be yourself on both ends, not just you catering to her because she's the woman and she's the nurturer, or you catering to him because he's the strength. It's the balance that you all have together. So people they get away from that.
Right.
It's like you want to build a relationship or you want to be in something, but what are you balancing it with? Where are you and where is he, and where can y'all come together and relate to each other? I love. Like, love is everything, but you got to know how to love.
Yeah, and I think, and then how we got together permanently, Roach kept saying, we're supposed to be together. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. And then finally I said, okay, let's do it. And Thanksgiving, some friends had invited us to dinner, and Roach proposed Thanksgiving. And then we got married New Year's Eve.
Oh,
So
you got married? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say, was
New
it
Year's
before
Eve.
dinner or after dinner? Did you wait to eat first?
I don't know. I know it's
Probably not. He probably was like, okay, everybody
I
just
just
stop.
came off another 8-year sabbatical for being in prison.
Okay.
And when I came out, even the whole 8 years, I didn't call. I called once or twice in 8 years. I didn't call. I didn't write no letters. When I went in, I was in.
Okay.
I dealt with what I had to deal with on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came out, I came looking for him.
Okay.
I knew who I wanted.
that's great.
And I found at this church at a wedding with a friend of my house. And I grabbed her and I said, we need to get together. Because I can't live without you. You can't live without me. She said,
Oh, my goodness.
and she told me these world famous words.
What she say?
I don't go back.
Yeah, what she say?
I don't go back. Hurt my feelings. So I walked out the church and went across the church. That woman crazy. So I waited for her outside the church.
Right. He said, I'm a learner today.
Nothing wrong with a determined man.
When you know something that you want.
Absolutely.
And I knew that all the stuff I've been through, the things she's been through, it's like a cleansing and a growing and a learning process. Sure, things may be painful and you think it look dark, but all that does is get you shape and mold you for the person you are now.
Absolutely.
And when your partner go through some of them same kind of heavy kind of experiences, you get on another level. You get another perspective on life.
Mm-hmm.
And our perspective came from a lot of pain and growing, but it's not negative. You look at it from a positive perspective.
Okay.
And that enabled us. That's some of that glue.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Because we don't argue. We disagree on some things, but we don't argue.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't important. It's too insignificant. Life is too short.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it is, I got my partner, and we can work it out.
That's
That's
growth.
true.
That, I mean, yeah, we getting there.
Right.
Yeah, that's growth, honey.
But it does change. I will say that as we've gone through some trying things or whatever, I see we argue differently. So it's easier to come back from it. Like we have our day, and then we just kind of like, for a little bit. You do a little, or if he asks like, I be mad, what do you want? I'll just bring me a, whatever. So, but then after while you eating, we laughing at something, it's over with, and we don't go back. And it's not even a conscious. We're not going to go back. You just actually don't even think about it.
Life is too short.
It takes years. It takes years sometimes. Well, for us anyway, to get there, but it's so rewarding when you realize where you came from, and then you're like, because I do tell people, I don't just love my husband, I like my husband. Like, and that's a bigger thing.
That's a bigger thing.
Because you gotta like him.
You gotta like him.
Right.
Honey, you gotta like him.
You
You
gotta
like
You
him.
know about that,
Oh, did I say that?
You gotta like him when you don't
gotta
like
like
him.
him.
You gotta
You
like
really gotta like him.
Gotta like them.
Yes. Okay. She was going through something. Yeah, you gotta like him. But I love stories like this because a lot of times people think that it's not going to happen for them, or it's not out there, or there's no, and it's not true. It's just that we do have to check ourselves, and I think part of our growth, I will share that when I talked about the first book, my first book is The Power Shut Up, but part of that was because I had to do some self-checking. And instead of saying, okay, well, he's not doing right, and he's not doing this, and he should be doing this, and he should, and I had to kind of say, okay, well, wait a minute. Okay, while he's working on that, because that's God's work, that ain't my work. I can't fix him. So, and it took a friend who told me, you need to stop talking, because you're talking too much. And after being upset about it, I was like, okay, you didn't mean that to be nasty. So, okay, she didn't say be quiet though. She said shut up. You're talking too much. But sometimes what I learned was sometimes I'm so busy telling him what I'm seeing, he's not hearing that. He's hearing that I'm messing up or I'm not doing this right or whatever. So I said, okay, well, look at Lisa and what is Lisa doing?
Right.
And what can Lisa do better to make the situation better? And as I started to just kind of look at things differently, reactions were different. The whole flow was just different. And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
And that goes back
This
to when
works.
I said about relating.
That's
You gotta understand you first.
Right.
You know, you can't expect him to know you if you don't know yourself.
Right.
And what are you going to give him if you don't even know yourself?
Well, and it's
You
an
know what I'm
ongoing
saying?
thing,
So
too.
it's
So,
all on both parts.
you know, you got to know when you out of line, when you back in. And you got to, one of my things is you gotta know when to say, I'm sorry.
You have to.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that right. I'm sorry. And a lot of times that's where we were hung up because everybody was trying to be right or, you know, not say I was wrong.
You know, a week don't go by when her and I go out anywhere, to the Safeway, to the store. We always hold hands.
Yes.
And folk will walk up to us and say, it's so beautiful to see you
It
two
is.
folks. And we're teenagers, you know.
Absolutely.
And we're holding hands, and it ain't no forced kind of thing.
Right.
We laughing and crying. You know, when you see somebody enjoying each other, and you're confident within yourself to say, I like that.
Yes.
I want the same thing.
Yep.
That's growth.
Yes.
And we all try to get that.
Yes.
And we're broke, but we're millionaires.
Yes.
We are multi
Yes.
millionaires.
Love it.
Because what we got, money can't buy.
Absolutely.
Money can't buy this.
Absolutely.
And that was on my list. That was the final thing on my list.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted a man who wanted to hold my hand. That was on my list.
And that's important.
And I'm holding
I
it
like
too.
that list.
That's right.
You need to write that list down and let some
Right.
ladies look at it. So they can get an
Right.
understanding.
When I
No,
think guys don't
seriously.
realize it really is the little things
It's the
that
little
we
things.
just go crazy over
Right.
like butterflies over
Yeah.
little things. And they miss it because sometimes I think some people are trying to be so grand with it.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's not the grand stuff.
not the
It's just
grand.
the regular
It's just the
little
stuff.
things.
You know, it's the
just the little
look when you
things.
go past that. It's the little things, and it's wonderful to see. I mean, it is. Like I said, I'm a mushy cushy person.
And it's okay to be that way. It is.
I
This is
love. I think
wonderful.
that motivates you to do all kinds of things. There's so many things that I think I've opened up to and wanted to accomplish with all the things I talked about. But a lot of that had to do with that relationship and what it means to me. And it's for him. It's for my kids. It's for, you know, it when they see me happy in what I'm doing and they're supporting me, it just motivates me more.
Right.
So, I mean, love is a powerful thing.
It is.
Powerful.
really
It's the
is.
most powerful thing.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
I mean, we were
well,
created by love, so.
like I said, a week don't go by. You know, Mertine is fashionable, stylish,
Yes,
Yes,
beautiful.
she is.
And ladies will walk up to her and say how pretty she is and say that. Then they look and say, y'all make a nice, beautiful couple.
Yes, y'all
And
do.
You can walk down the street and see a couple coming, and you almost sense that they got problems or they're in conflict.
Oh, yeah, you
You
can.
can.
He looking
You
on at
can.
all the chicks, checking them out, and she mad, got her face all, you know what I mean, all pushed out.
Yeah,
But when
we
you see
seen
somebody
it.
come down and you don't feel or sense none of that negativity within that relationship, it's refreshing.
It is.
It makes them feel good and make them think that they still got some hope. And it makes us feel good to knowing that we got each other.
Right.
I love it. It motivates. This motivates me.
motivates me
It
too.
does. It really does. Because I
motivates
mean,
me
one of the things that I do, it was sense of humor was on my list. And my husband,
Yeah, mine too.
he's a clown.
That's right.
And even though
Well, you got-
sometimes
yeah,
it
you
drives me,
Yeah.
and it drives me crazy sometimes, but it's funny the things that
You got all
drive you
that.
crazy are the things that you love, right?
Right.
So
right.
it's sometimes when
great.
we're doing things and he's making jokes or whatever, we might go out to the restaurant and he'll tell the waiter, "Do I have to sit with her?" And I might come back and say, they don't let him out too often, so just sit down and shut up,
Yeah,
but I
that's
mean,
fun.
we've grown in that because
Yeah.
people actually sense that, okay, because a couple times they're like, oh my,
Right.
but then after they watch us, they're like, okay, this is.
Yeah,
So he
it's
might
part of
see
your
a young
relationship.
guy and say, see how she talking to me? Don't do it. And I'll say, well, I'm the best thing ever happened to him, so don't you believe him? He had it.
Right.
So I love that kind of interaction.
Yeah, that's
We do that
good.
all the time.
Because you gotta
That's
be
good.
there
Yeah.
to be able to, knock off some of the seriousness when things are
that's
going
right.
on. Now I ain't gonna lie, there have been times when I'm walking down the street and I'm probably like, but there will be those times, right?
There will be.
Yeah, there will be those
moments.
times because nobody's perfect in these
Right.
things. But when you can come back from it
Yeah.
and then you laugh about, remember that time you was,
That's it.
that's
That's
when I'm
it.
like, we
Yeah.
got through that.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love
She
it.
had married a guy who I grew up with when I went away one of my other sabbaticals.
Okay.
I was going to UDC at the time, University Department of Corrections.
Okay, you know what?
You got me with that.
I like that. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, you.
I know you did. I was like, oh no, that's not what I was thinking.
And to me it didn't matter. It shouldn't, when you know somebody's yours or you found your mate, and some of us don't ever have that opportunity to find.
That's true.
A relationship is like a pair of shoes, going to buy some shoes. You can walk in a shoe store and try on the first pair, and that may be what you like.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you walk and you got to try 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs
That's true.
before you find a pair that you fit. But when you find your pair of shoes, when you first see them,
Oh yeah.
boy, oh boy, oh boy. But I wasn't ready then.
Okay.
Right.
I knew I wasn't ready. I was
Right.
still messing around, playing the field, doing all kinds of juggy boogie.
Junkie boogie, I love that. I love it. I'm gonna take that home.
Yeah, Jiggy Boogie. That's right.
Boogie.
But that's what it was. And life is beautiful. It doesn't matter. It's easy to say this. The worst thing happened to me, or the best thing happened to me, was getting a life sentence. When you think that you hit the bottom of the deck and you can't go no more, and this is it, that was like going to preschool. It's things that happen beyond that that's more severe than just getting a life sentence.
That's true.
You can lose your sanity, you lose your mind, you lose your mother, your father, you lose everything.
Right.
And you think that's the end, that's the beginning of some more hurt. But when you go through, that's like cleansing.
It is.
It cleanses you.
It is.
Yep.
And you put you in, and it puts you in touch with your inner voice, where you run your radar or your GPS. Now some people you see, and your GPS will tell you, I don't want to mess with them. They ain't even open up their mouth.
Right.
You just say, oh, I seen this turkey here driving.
Right.
I don't even want to get in the car.
You like pass.
I'm gonna keep
going.
Right.
I'm gonna keep driving.
And
Right.
the more hurt you go, the keener and sharper your perception gets
That's
to be.
right.
true.
That's right.
You mentioned something at the beginning about your book about the challenges.
Mm-hmm.
We like to see it. What's the title of it?
The Power of Shut Up.
No, the other one.
The superpowers.
Unleash Your Superpowers.
Yeah, Unleash Your Superpowers.
Mhm.
We all got them.
We do.
Yes.
And your inner voice is your superpower.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if you get unleash yours and you find somebody who unleash theirs, oh my God.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Say it again.
You got a
Yes.
powerful team.
You got a
Oh,
bomb.
she didn't unleash her inner voice.
Yes.
All the disappointments, frustration, and hurt, that ain't bad, Grace. That's growing and learning.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's
and
right.
that's all it is.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And Merry
love
Christmas on top of that.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
the wedding, yeah,
They got married on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Okay.
What
11
year?
years ago,
11
2008.
years ago.
Wow.
How was it?
And everybody thinks we've been married together like 40, 50 years. So y'all been together a long time.
It does
Right.
seem. It
It
does
seems like a
seem
long
like
time.
that.
I know.
It seems
said, I
like
know.
y'all been married forever.
Since I was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we
Off and
first
on,
met.
you know.
Yes.
And I did.
Because it
30
all
years.
counts.
Yeah, I did 30 years and 4 months in prison on installment plan. I'll go away for 6, 7 years.
He said
and
installment
come-
plan.
I was on layaway.
Never heard the combination before.
I'm taking all this
Installment
damn
plan.
jiggy
Look,
book.
there's some people want installment plans,
Yeah,
right?
installment plans. You know.
They're like, how you
Right.
do that? I want to
But
do
I
that.
knew I wasn't ready for relationships.
Okay.
I just wasn't. And if I get in something, I'm in. If I ain't, I ain't. And I'll tell you, I'm not. I'm in. But if I make them kind of vows forever, for better or for worse, I'm in.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same when I hustle. We go rob a bank.
Oh.
I said, I'll meet you at 10 o'clock.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He got range.
Yeah, you know,
So, wait a
whatever we
minute.
say we can do against the law, you're supposed to be at 10, I'll be there at 9:30. You know, if you ain't there, I'm going to go ahead and
You
with
gonna
it.
get the, okay.
I'm going to go ahead and
You
with it.
gotta get your money.
I get
Yeah,
arrested
don't
all
mess up
by
the program.
myself.
Don't mess up the
That's gonna
program.
get everything. You gotta get
I
it
get
done.
arrested all by myself because y'all was late.
Right. Well, that's true. There's pros and cons to it, right?
That's right.
That's true. That's true.
But just be true to yourself. That's all. Be real.
Absolutely.
You know, because I grew up men playing games. You got a side piece, and then the side piece got a side piece. You know what I mean? I didn't
Just a
like all
mess.
that. I
Yeah.
just saw
It's
it,
too much.
and you got to grow up, and you start playing them same kind of games because you grew up like that. That ain't what life's all about. When
Right.
you go through some heavy, life-changing, alternate experiences, all that's doing is fine-tuning you
Yes.
That's true.
for tomorrow.
That's
and
true.
if you learn the lessons from that, and your partner go through some of them same things, now you only have to be together. You can sense it and feel it.
Absolutely.
And that's what life's all about. Because I don't want to die old and by myself.
Right.
Nobody
You know,
does. Nothing.
yeah,
Right.
Nobody
does.
does.
Absolutely. And I mean, everything
sometimes-
follows
yeah.
you. Favor, everything. There have been
Yeah.
moments where something happened for me and I hadn't called my husband, told me anything, but when I get on the phone with him, he's telling me something that happened wonderful to him at the same time, and I'm just like, ooh, that's some that just
That's
put
fine.
something like, oh my
Some spark,
gosh, it's
yeah.
yes. But people don't take it that deep.
They
You know,
don't.
they don't relate them. They don't, and it's all connection. So
You know, coming over here, we were in the car, and a song was playing, and I reached for the volume. And as soon as I reached for the volume, she reached for the volume. We both wanted up a little bit. We wanted down a little bit. Somebody will say something, we look at each other and say almost the exact same words.
I love
We'll
it.
leave out in the house in the morning. We sleep in the same bed. We got that. We're going to be married.
Amen.
Because there's some
You know
couples
what?
sleep in separate rooms.
I
man. I don't even
know,
understand
right?
that.
I
But
don't
anyway.
either.
We'll get in the car and go
Work
uptown.
needs to be done.
Then we get in the car and go uptown. And we get out the car. We got on the exact same colors.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even notice it wasn't even planned. We'll walk out the house with the same browns or the same
Yeah.
darks, grays or browns. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
see, and I'm
when we
glad
step.
I am so glad she said that.
Okay, this is not to. No.
I'm so glad he said that because my husband thinks that I'm doing it on purpose, and I
knew she was
swear
gonna
I'm
go
not.
there. That's why I said this is not the kid say that it was okay. That
No, he swears that I am planning this. Like you saw
Yep.
what I was putting on,
Nope.
and you whether it's Adidas shirt, and I ended up. I was like, I swear to you, I don't know what you were putting on,
Right,
but it
right.
is a connection.
It's a
It
connection.
happened.
It happens.
Sorry,
That reinforces
I mean,
your relationship. And those little
Yeah.
things happen
Right.
like that.
accidentally.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
know you're
deeper
on
than the
step.
surface. People don't realize, like you said, those levels of
Yeah.
spirituality, mentality,
Yeah.
physically, all those things matter.
So it's happening organically a
happens,
lot of
yes.
times, and you think
Mhm.
it's like, see, that's the cheese balling I'm talking about, where he think I'm being a cornball, but it's not that. It's
Right,
just,
it's just
hey, my
that
laundry is
connection.
my laundry. So now
Mhm.
what? You know, but I like some guys' shirts seem to fit better sometimes.
Mhm.
So I have his shirt on. Yeah, I purposely put the shirt on, but because sometimes it smells like his oils or.
Uh-huh,
And then
uh-huh.
he'll check we're out somewhere and he just pulls my tape. Is that my shirt? I'm like, yeah, what's yours is mine.
That's
What's
right. That's right.
But when you think about it, sometimes it seems like people say silly or whatever, but it's
No,
a wonderful
it's,
thing.
It's a wonderful
Especially
thing.
when you just wake up and see and you look at each other and say, how that happened? But y'all on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you ain't thinking about it. I love it.
Yes,
I love
absolutely
it. This
love
is what
it.
it's all
We
about.
don't leave out the house without kissing each other. We don't leave.
I
We don't
love
leave.
it.
We come in the house. We got to kiss.
That's
'Cause
right.
it's a terrible feeling to go out and have an accident.
Oh my
And
God.
you
Yes.
said, I just left my wife and I didn't say I love her and I didn't kiss her.
Right.
Because you don't know what's going to happen when you leave out.
Yeah.
You're done.
And when you come back, hello, baby.
Yep.
That's
It's
right.
good to see you.
And that looked like the look she gives him. When he said that, she was like, I love it. I love it. So, what? You said you got married on New Year's. Where were we? Were we in D.C.?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and are you both from DC?
Yeah, native
Okay.
Washingtonians.
Okay.
And we got married at a house in Rockley Park.
Okay.
In fact, we had an Obama wedding
Oh.
because it was the same year that they were inaugurated.
Mm.
Same time. We had the same song, At Last.
Oh yeah.
Everybody paid for our wedding.
Lovely.
The reception, somebody paid for all the champagne.
Wow.
I love
Somebody
Wow.
gave us the honeymoon. We went down Winston-Salem. Then he gave us the
Wow.
TV and gifted me with a coat.
That is awesome.
They
The
loved y'all
honeymoon
love.
suite.
Yes,
yeah,
they
every-
did.
Everything
They
at
did.
that
Everything.
wedding, the food was catered,
Yep.
the photographer was free, the videographer was free, the limousines was free,
That is
the
awesome.
champagne. And
A
I went
friend.
down-
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a friend. I called him. I said, "Man, you know, I just got married." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, but what's your honeymoon, man?" So I got to go on a honeymoon. He said, "Come on down, and we take you." He put us up in a big bridal suite down in Winston-Salem.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gave us a piece of money and just treated us nice. And we come back and we left the wedding in the limo. As we got to the street we were staying at, this apartment, I asked the driver to stop so I can look around the corner to see if our furniture was set out on the street. Because I was 3 months back in the room.
Somebody gave me the
Yeah, if it
gown.
was, you're gonna keep on
Thank
going
you.
in the
Right.
Yeah,
We'll find
there you
somewhere
go.
to spend the night.
That's somewhere.
Y'all had blessings.
It was
on blessings.
freezing
That's
cold
okay.
that night. It was so cold.
Yeah,
And
'cause
someone
that's
gave
New
me the
Year's.
dress to wear for the wedding,
Everything.
and then gave me a dress for after the wedding.
Oh, that is awesome.
So gave me the headpiece. Everything was just
Wow.
That's
Beautiful.
why we call it a Barack Obama wedding.
I love
The
it.
people paid for it, and it got us because we know we had friends. But when everybody stood up and said, "What you need? I'll do this. I got that." We had to do nothing.
Because they knew that this was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't just y'all that knew.
They
There was a
Exactly.
whole lot of people that knew that this was
Yeah.
supposed to be. So that's a wonderful feeling
That is
to
an
know that
awesome
other
feeling.
people actually know. Oh, this is supposed to happen. They supposed to be together. And at last, I will tell you, that was one of our songs.
All right, yeah, that's the bomb.
With our reception,
At
we
last.
walked in, and I was smiling the whole, because they were like, "Did you cry?" And I was like, "Cry? Well, I've been waiting for him to do this."
Right, why was that?
It was really kind of a joke.
Had tears of joy.
It was a
Yeah.
joke. So it was, but I mean, it was for a joke. I was being funny, but I thought it was a perfect song because I was like,
Yeah.
well, finally, after all these years.
Right.
So it was the At Last, but I loved the song. But people
Yes,
were crying. They're like, "You weren't crying?" I was like, "No, I was just like, yes." No, I'm just kidding. But I love it.
So
I
that's
love
why we call it a Barack Obama wedding, because the
Yes.
people paid and put money in.
They
for him
made
to be
sure
a wedding.
y'all
They got
did it right.
So people looked out for
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And that means a lot. When you think you got friends, you got friends. But when
Yeah.
people do things like this, and we didn't even
Oh,
ask
yeah.
them,
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
they heard and contributed.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But we need to take a toast to that.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
let's take a toast. Wait a minute.
You
We
can wear the
look.
drink
Well,
there.
you know, 'cause they, I know, right?
I mean, I'm
Because
ready.
we
for
actually
y'all.
are toasting this to a new
Yeah,
year.
New Year,
Yes,
success,
love it.
happiness, good times for everybody.
Absolutely.
Amen.
So, what are the plans for this new year? Because it's the anniversary.
You okay?
Yes, well, more rap. My jumpsuit, I say that God gave it to me because there's no way I could come up with a jumpsuit, dress, or gown that you could wrap 20 ways. But more rap, morerap.com is our website. We make the jumpsuit long or short, different colors, and literally you can wrap it 20 ways. Not travel, take 2 long ones and a short one. So I'm expecting to do an intro or infomercial in the
Okay.
new year, and we do more Rapinista parties where a lady or guy can have his own business, invite a few ladies over, have a
That's nice.
rapping party, make money. So I'm looking forward to, and creating jobs. We can make more rap. And previously I've represented other designers.
Okay.
So I plan on pulling our other designers in. So we're building a manufacturing facility in this area
Wonderful.
to create jobs for
Wonderful.
returnees
Right.
and women victims of domestic violence.
Okay.
And anybody who wants to make a living,
Right.
so because we have to create our own job.
I like your
So
motto.
that's my focus for
The
2020.
designer's gold finger. We
Yes.
not only reach for the stars, we create our own.
That's what
That
I'm
is
talking
awesome,
about.
honey. Tell them what you do.
Yes.
Y'all better get ready.
I love it.
Y'all better
Yeah.
get ready.
Love
You
it.
know, we got a Christmas dinner we do every year. This is the 11th year. We feed people there on Christmas Day. And for the national 4-hour broadcast to go worldwide. We're right across the street from Howard University Hospital at
Okay.
Torrey's. And this is, again, the 11th year.
I know Taurus.
And we feed folk. Anybody come in, get something to eat, and if we got enough left, you can take a plate with you. But we've been doing this for 11 years, and we get a little help. Some people contribute, some don't. It doesn't matter. It's not about what people don't do. It's about what we're doing. So if you want to come by and participate, but we need money, donations, and contributions, because you try to feed 1,000 to 1,500 people
Okay.
on Christmas Day.
Okay.
From 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock at 700 V Street Northwest, directly across from Howard University Hospital. And during that time, it's a 4-hour international radio broadcast.
Okay.
And we have people calling in from South America, from the UK, and from whatever. And it's all about just sharing Christmas with folk. And would you believe that's the one time a year I get cursed out on Christmas Day, and I look forward to it.
What?
You guys are
I get cursed out on Christmas Day.
Can you explain?
We can. Can you share? Just
There's
a little?
always somebody come in who's broke, ate 2 dinners, and said, "Roach, you ain't doing enough for us. Give me $50, you MF."
Yeah.
He said, "Look forward to it now,
I
right?"
look forward to it.
Now that's a way to positive go through
I
that
look forward to
positive.
it. I get cursed out every Christmas Day, and it's my favorite time of the
Right.
year.
You would think something was wrong if that didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
wait a minute, the universe
know-
is off balance.
So I have to say, you just put that on my spirit because I'm only down the street and it would not. It
Oh,
would behoove
cool.
me to come down and help. I could not
Yes.
have y'all down the street and could not help. So I
Been there
definitely
for
will
11
be
years.
Oh,
participating.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if
Wonderful.
the community I'm working for will be willing to also help with
Come on down.
donations.
That'd be
so,
great. Yeah.
Come on
Yeah,
down.
that would be awesome.
Absolutely, and tell them
Yeah.
about your, because you have a radio show.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, every Tuesday on WPFW FM. Or you can listen live, WPFWFM.org.
Mhm.
It addresses criminal justice issues.
Right.
It's a 1 hour show, but the first Tuesday is a 2 hour show from Ben's Chili Bowl.
Okay.
So we have a live audience, people come in and eat and able to interact.
What time is that one?
10 o'clock, 10
10
to
a.m.?
12.
Okay,
Still
10 to
10 a.m. every Tuesday, we're on WPFW.
Okay.
So, and just helping our people, because the return, I say I've never spent a day in prison,
Me neither.
but since I've been here,
I wasn't in there.
You wasn't there.
Physically,
I
I
love
was,
that
but
attitude.
mentally,
Mentally,
I
you
wasn't.
wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
you know,
I understand.
but
Trust
since
me.
meeting him at age 19, in fact, he got me my first job at
Wow,
Department
in
of
prison.
Corrections. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
graduated from high school in 70,
Doing what?
and I graduated high school in 2 years.
Mhm.
And then I took a break before I went to Spelman.
Okay.
And Roach got me a job. I was working at the Department of Corrections at the Women's Halfway House
I know that's right.
and in procurement. So I did that for a year, then went to Spelman, and I've just always been involved with this
that's
population.
wonderful.
Mhm.
You
That's
know?
wonderful.
And they
Alright.
wondered how she got a job in the corrections, and I'm serving life on furlough.
Connection.
On furlough.
He had connection.
Right.
Well connected.
What I'm talking about,
Right.
he's still like
Right.
making things happen,
things
and,
happen.
and sharing and finding jobs and
Mhm.
oh my goodness, the resilience of. I mean, are y'all
Yes.
paying attention? I'm just hoping people are paying attention.
I
They
give
don't
all
even know.
thanks to the warden, because he let me go.
From UDC.
Oh, that's right. And look, if you never clarify some things like UDC,
What?
people go telling the story, and
He
then
went to UDC.
when they say, "But you know, is that what he meant?" I love it. I love it. This has been wonderful.
This has been absolutely wonderful.
We should, yeah, and we definitely have to have you all come back. So, what are your plans for your anniversary?
Well, you know what? I think a friend of Roach's who owns Chateau Remix,
Oh yeah, the
Okay.
Chateau
she
Remix.
wants us to come there for
Yeah,
New Year's Eve.
they're going to give us some honor or celebration on our wedding, on our
Awesome.
anniversary at
That would be
Chateau
nice.
Well, we might be
folk
doing
always
that.
giving us stuff.
That's a
They
blessing.
always giving
Favor.
us stuff.
Blessings
And
on
it
blessings.
warms
on
your
blessings.
heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good inside.
Because you're good people.
Chateau's been here for a long
Yeah.
time.
And Olivia, the sister that's running it, is doing a fantastic job, and she needs help and support. Like all of us need help and support. We need to support our own black
We
kids.
do.
Absolutely.
You
We
know,
do.
The
Absolutely.
restaurant Tourist on 700 V that we do the Christmas.
You
thing,
okay?
you all right?
Yeah.
God bless you.
People need to
I think
support
that was
that.
a
They need to
sneeze.
support Chateau Remix, because we did a show a few months ago on the businesses in D.C. and how in 1976 it was over 500 black businesses in Washington.
Yeah.
Now it's less than 20 or 25.
Really?
You know what I mean? So the money we spend in these little stores is taken from our community and taken to another community.
God bless
you.
you.
Do I need to kiss you, baby?
That's
Do you-
That might be what
Do
that
you need a kiss, baby?
Yes, I do.
No.
Thank you.
solves everything, right?
Yes.
She's doing all right now.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Question. Speaking of the chateau, the Eclipse, is that still open?
It's closed.
Okay, I
Yeah,
thought it was being
And
renovated.
the guy from Chucks and Billy's on Jordan
Chuck and
Avenue.
Billy's, yes.
He died a month or so ago. So we are losing culturally
Yeah.
nightclubs, bars, and restaurants that we can go. We live in Camp Springs now. We come in town
Mm-hmm. To support
and
them.
there's nowhere to go. We said, let's
Yeah.
stop at a black
Yeah.
bar where we can hear some jazz being sung or played.
We need those.
There's none.
We need
And
it.
Y'all
if
hear
you do,
that?
but
We
there's
need
nowhere to
those.
park, even if you find a spot.
Right, that's
Yeah.
true.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then
which
you
is
join it.
discouraging people from,
Then the
Yeah.
prices up off the charts.
Oh, they
So-
are. They are.
So where do we
Where do
have
we
to
go?
go?
Right.
We don't have no. Our culture has been taken along with gentrification,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sad because one of my wishes growing up, when was in prison and come out on Sundays, I have to have me a home cooked meal.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like 11 aunts, and as they began to die off, the next one would take over. And every Sunday, we can go to an aunt's house.
Right.
And I don't care if I ain't talked to her in weeks. There's always a plate. You can get something to eat, and you can catch up on the family news and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But all my aunts have died.
Okay.
We don't have nowhere to go.
Okay.
Right.
To catch up on family
Mhm.
news, go to a house that if everybody in the family come to this house, all that's gone.
Yeah.
So what do we do when our culture is gone?
Right.
We need help.
Right.
Yeah,
We do.
because I mean, back in the day, I mean, even with my family, all of my mom's cousins and family all lived on the same block.
Yeah.
Like his
So
family.
yeah, you went there. My mother grew up Sheriff Road, and all of her
Okay.
family was up and down Sheriff
Yeah.
Road and over there in Deanwood. I mean that it was like next door. Okay,
Yeah.
where if ain't nothing going on here, then you go down to cousins.
Right.
And I mean, I love listening to those stories because now everybody goes away from everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they kind of get away. I want to get away here. I want to go here, and so you lose that family
And that
connection.
affects our youth. That contributes indirectly to
I
the
agree.
youth. Because they don't know our history of the family connection.
Yeah.
We went to a
Yeah.
family reunion this summer. There must have been about 300 people.
Mhm.
I didn't know about 15 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they don't have it structured where
Right.
this side of the family stand up and everybody introduce themselves so you can get to know.
Know
I
the
see
connection.
people all day long, and I don't know them in my family.
Right.
And then they from
Which can be
yeah.
that's not a good thing.
No.
Right.
It's for a lot of reasons.
Right.
That's not a good thing.
Right.
You just kind of need to know who you. Well, I mean, where you come from,
It's
why
something
you
that
are
is
who
natural.
you are.
To know your
Yeah.
family, your relatives.
But they have gotten out of the connection.
Yeah.
Everybody just starts these little pockets, and then
just
you
go
run
their
across
way.
your family and don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you my cousin.
Or where you came from. You
Right.
got people in your family that did some amazing things, and you walk
You
around here
even
don't know.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You could be bragging on all kind of family members and that my uncle did this, but you don't know because nobody's talking to anybody, nobody's asking questions. Even when I was younger, the family tree, back then some people didn't want you to know the family tree because
Right.
it divulged good and bad. But I need to know
Right.
it all. I mean,
When I was growing up, it was a post office at 14th and T, Northwest. And I didn't know until about 5 or 10 years ago. And I grew up around there 40, 50 years. That post office was set there at 14th and T because the black postal workers were denied the right to work the counters at North Capitol and Massachusetts Avenue. So they had a picket and demonstration at the post office. And they opened up the post office at 14th and T. And I would tell all the little kids, my grandfather was famous.
I know
He's
that's
in the
right.
post office.
Mm-hmm.
I said, come on. I'd take them all in the back and go back, get the wanted posters and flip through the posters. He was number 16. He was famous.
He was famous.
You know what would be a good idea is to have you all come back in the history of DC and all of that.
Definitely,
That would be a
definitely.
powerful thing.
We do that periodically. Every 3-4 months, we go down memory lane.
Do you? Okay.
On Crossroads, our radio
okay.
station. We'd be glad to come over because we need to share.
Absolutely. And we
our
need to come
history.
over there and,
Yeah.
and make
Right.
that, synergize that, make that bridge. So I think that's something, because I mean, I love hearing about history, and Sharon actually talks about her family history in Calvert County
That's right.
and how deep that
Right.
goes and the things that she
Moors,
shares.
Part
That
of our
people would,
family.
if you go to Calvert County now, you had no idea
Oh,
the history of Calvert
Absolutely.
County.
Black folks. Right.
For,
No.
for
Right.
us. So
yeah.
we need to know. You need to know what you're
We
working
do.
There
with.
was a thing we missed. We had black beaches back in the day called Carl's Beach and Sparrow Beach. We had in Charles County, down by Marshall Hall.
Mhm.
The boat would come leave Sundays and take a bunch of black folk down to Marshall Hall, and someone would drive down to Carl's Beach and Sparrow's Beach. It's right next door to each other.
Okay.
And we don't have no more black beaches.
We
The
sure
beaches where
don't.
you can go, where you see just all of you. It's not about racism. You
Right.
feel birds of a feather flock together.
Together.
Mhm.
You feel
That's
more
right.
comfortable enjoying and relaxing with your own.
Right.
That's just a natural phenomenon,
Mhm.
you know.
Right.
Yes.
But we don't have no beaches. We don't have no more bars and nightclubs inside of town.
Mm-mm.
We used to have big parades down U Street.
Yes.
Called the Capitol Classics.
Mm,
And they
oh,
be
yeah.
dancing in the street, and the young girls got in their little marching stuff, and the band's playing.
Oh, yeah.
All that cultural stuff is gone.
It's gone.
Yes. I do remember the bands, and even the high schools in DC used to.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a big deal to do the parade, and everybody wanted to drive. If you were a new driver, I want to drive in the parade. They had near pom balloon, nothing. Just I want to be in the parade, but just to see the band marching, and the band was big.
And people your color.
Yes,
and
we were proud, and we were. Yeah, it was a big deal, and that's all gone. I mean, kids don't even go to school now, so.
You know what I really miss? Chinese laundries. Them Chinese
that.
laundries, boy, you could take a shirt in there, and when it gets finished starching,
that was starching.
you can stand it up.
Yes.
And it smelled clean
It did.
and fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Zips and them not doing it.
Doing
it like it
it's
used to be.
very different.
It is
It's
very different. 'Cause I remember that. Yeah, Starchman.
And they have no idea. You know, the kids now, they don't even know.
Your clothes don't even
There's nothing to
smell
compare it
clean
to.
cleaners no more.
Yeah, that's nice.
They
When
really
they start
don't.
their history, it's going to be with this. And it's
That's
like,
right.
no, that's not what started this.
So we need to share our history.
Absolutely.
One of the things we do is with reentry, men and women coming out, we got a program called OA, Offender Anonymous. When a man or woman do 5 years or more, a long time, you're out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
If a soldier can do 18 months or 2 years, they talk about post-stress syndrome.
You get it in prison.
What do you
too.
think somebody done in 30,
Absolutely.
35, 40
Absolutely.
years? And guys come out, I went down to a club, a place somewhere with me, and I wanted to use a restroom. I walked down the hall and it says gender neutral. I said, I'm looking for the men's bathroom. Where do I go? So I looked at the door, gender neutral, and an old woman come out. I said, I know this ain't where I'm from. Then the old man came up behind her. I said, they must have been getting busy in there. What are they doing? So I look across the hall, and another sign, gender neutral. I don't know what gender neutral I am. I just come out of the job. So I go out behind the building and do what I got to do. And I'm being neutral.
Right.
Because I didn't want no trouble.
Right.
They using that for something else nowadays.
You
Right?
go to the
Yeah, he said, I
They
understand.
coming
I
out
don't want no
together.
trouble.
Yeah.
Look,
You
I
go
just
to the restroom
came.
and you
I
see a
just,
75-year-old white woman. I ain't never been in the bathroom with a 75-year-old
Right.
white woman. I don't know what to do. I'm breaking out of that.
and don't want no parts of it. Oh, my
man, this stuff is
goodness.
too much.
I
It
understand.
is. So we definitely gonna have to make that happen
Okay.
because the more we teach them, the more they understand and bridge that gap. I think that would be
the
powerful.
businesses, like you said, there needs to be businesses back in DC.
Oh,
We
no
need 'em.
question.
We
We
need
need
'em.
'em.
Yeah.
And we need to
you all need
support
to
the ones that we
bring
got.
your businesses
Right.
back
Right.
to DC.
Yeah.
But we got to do some inner work too, because I think because we've lost that, and now that everybody is for themselves, it's kind of a me, and we got to get back to supporting each other in a real way, where we want to see each other win. That's part of the reason why a lot of people are not winning out here, because you trying to keep it all to yourself.
Don't range it.
And
That's
it's not
it.
gonna
Right.
work. It's not
it.
gonna work for you.
Never.
You gotta be. We gotta do better.
You know, one of the things she does that I really like, we walk down the street and see a couple coming in and the woman is hooked. She said, Miss, you really look good.
I do that.
I
too.
know that's right.
I do
And
that
I'll
too.
see the guy and say, man, you killing them,
Killing it.
baby. You're killing them. When you
Yes.
when you comfortable in
With
yourself,
yourself,
you gotta
Absolutely.
compliment somebody else.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
part of what that feeds in what you just talked about. We
Yeah.
got to get out of that kind of mentality
Yes.
and get up there,
Yes.
so we can be thankful, appreciate your success,
Absolutely.
or however you're doing it. I'm not going to look bad about it. I'm not going to talk bad. Do it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Stay in your lane and do what you can do.
Right.
And folks that spend too much time talking about somebody. Our buddy used to say, people signify too much about what you got, don't have, what you're doing. They spend more time on that joogie boogie.
Right. Joogie boogie. I'm telling you,
I
you
just
gotta.
posted a message like that today too. Yes.
Because I mean, your lane is your lane anyway. So a lot of times we think it's amazing how many times, and I think we talked about it before, where there's a competition. I'm like, why? What is all this competition
That's
about?
not a need
Because
for it.
you're gonna my vision is the sun shines on everybody, but we're gonna grow differently under the sun. So some people are
We're
growing like
supposed to.
weeds, some people are growing slow. So it's still your lane. Even if you're doing some of the same things that somebody else is doing, it's still going to be different, unique, because it's yours.
And it's perspective. Like
Yeah.
TV Jake said, if you're a turtle, you looking down. And if you're a giraffe, you're looking around.
Exactly.
So you cannot have the same
Can't
perspective.
have the same. So
But we do have to learn how to love each other. We have to learn how to love each other.
I agree.
And like you say, and stop hating.
Yeah, stop
That,
hating.
you know, the
And
white
stop worrying
man
about the
taught
next
us to
person
hate
doing.
each other. Stop it.
Well, how about just be honest that you really kind of are admiring, you know,
Right.
really for real, because you know sometimes,
learn something
and we
from
all are, we
Right.
all are
You can
guilty
do
of
that
feeling
too.
some kind of way here and there. But then you know, it's like, you know, that was cute. You just know you wasn't gonna look right in that. You know what? I mean, we all go through things in our growing, but we just don't know how to get real with ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can always get real with somebody else.
What about us?
But we
Right.
don't never look in
What
the
about
mirror and
us?
say, okay,
And sometimes
Check
people
you.
can't look in the mirror because they're scared of what they're going to see.
well, that's true.
Right.
So they gotta start.
You gotta be able
They
to
don't
stand
want
on
to
that.
see
They
it.
don't want to see
They
it,
don't
and then when
want
somebody
the
else
truth.
pull it out about you,
Right.
you don't know how to react to
You gotta
it.
be
So
able
that's
to
the other
handle it.
problem too. So you gotta be able to handle it.
That's
You
right.
definitely
You
do.
do. But we're gonna get there with
Yes.
examples like this. We are going to get there.
Yeah.
With no jiggy boogie.
With no jiggy boogie.
That's my word.
I'm gonna have to write. Look,
Yeah.
you might have to send it to us so we spell it right.
I will.
Because I don't know how to
Jiggy
spell. I'm not
boogie.
sure how we
Jiggy
spell it
boogie.
right.
Yeah.
We got the website
Yeah.
up called
Jiggy
Jiggy
Yes.
Boogie.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, thank y'all so much for
Thank you
coming. We
so
Oh, this
appreciate
is
it.
great.
That was
What
it's
a
a huge
way.
deal that you all closed us out for the year 2019. And y'all, I told you was stuck last time you came, and you was stuck because you came. So y'all really stuck now. But we'll definitely have you all back to tell us what y'all got going on, and
Absolutely.
spread some more with the
Love to.
jobs and things. 'Cause
Yes.
we got to keep that going.
What
We
y'all doing is what we're doing the show. We got to spread the
Right.
word to
Yes.
help our own.
Absolutely.
We got to stand on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we spending a couple $1 trillion a year in restaurants and food purchasing
Yeah.
power.
Mhm.
So that money been spent in our community.
What?
We got the
One
power.
of the good
We
things
do.
I grew up with the in the hustling community. So we didn't go into the banks unless you're gonna stick them up or something. You didn't believe in
Right.
let somebody take your money and tell you how to spend your
Right,
money.
that's
I mean,
true.
yeah, we understood that you don't go like that.
Right, right.
So these guys was our bankers. We go get the number back, and he'll lend you 500 or 1,000, whatever you need, and he give it to you on your word.
Mm-hmm.
He look you in the eye and say you can give it back, and he know that you ain't working, but he know you doing whatever you got to do to
get
make
it
a
back.
living.
Right.
And he know one day you can hit it and you can pay him.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our community. That was part
That's
of
true.
the black economy, so to speak.
That's true.
But we got to get back to that.
We
Yes.
do.
'Cause
Yeah.
in all our communities, we got a chicken joint and a Chinese joint in
Yeah.
every black community and a check cashing joint.
Mm-hmm.
These are Asians and white folk. And all that money going right out of the city.
Not to us.
We need to
Right.
spend it ourselves.
Yeah.
And if we do that, it'll stop a lot of the killings. The other day, somebody went and stole, somebody stuck up a store and stole $50, $100 at a 7-Eleven. When a man go into 7-Eleven or stick up a nail salon or a hot dog spot, that's somebody that's desperate.
Desperate.
He can't see.
Right.
And he can't get to Georgetown because it costs $7 to $10 to ride the subway, get down there and get back. So that, like in the Bible, you cash your bucket where you are.
That's it.
So they're doing that right there in the community. And they're going to kill and hurt a lot of innocent people out of their frustration and desperation.
Yep.
So we got to stop this so we can help it.
Yes.
And y'all are doing a good job to do it.
Yeah.
So
Thank
keep it
you.
up.
We're going to connect
Thank
with you
you.
because we're going to
And
keep
I'll let
this
the
ball
warden
rolling.
talk to you.
I please. Because we want to say, I'm not going to hear what Now that we know.
Now that we know.
Because we would have fell right in.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I'll
did.
go.
What class I can sign up for?
Till we arrive,
Yeah.
and like, wait a minute.
This
This
not
not
it.
what I'm
This
saying.
not it.
This has been absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely.
And we want to wish you all a wonderful holiday and anniversary.
Absolutely.
So
Happy
forever,
anniversary.
you know, more blessings to you,
To
11
y'all, too.
times 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we
You
really
all are
enjoyed
truly,
this.
truly, truly a blessing.
Yes.
No, you're all on the
In more
blessing
ways.
because you're giving us an opportunity to meet y'all in the share.
Oh, yes.
And that's all it's about,
Yes.
is share.
Yes, we need more of this.
We do.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll
And
be
then we
gauging
found out
more of this.
connections, Sharon, and
Right.
so it's a small world.
Family and
It is.
everything.
And Spellman and,
Yeah.
and Sylvia, and she's been doing some wonderful things. It's just a lot of wonderful things going on. And we
Yeah.
focus more on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We would,
Right.
the negative stuff would pass us by, and you'd be like, oh, that happened? Okay, I missed that.
We got too much positivity. going
Right, right.
If
Yeah,
all
we'll
the
keep
women
going.
listening to your show came to a meeting or a
What?
program or donated $1,
on. Mm.
and you do some little program to create some jobs. We run a couple of domestic violence safe houses.
Mm-hmm.
The women have been abused, and they need jobs. housed. They need housed. Women come to us naked with no clothes on. Somebody done abused them or disfigured them. You know what I mean? And every 2 minutes, a woman is abused and a kid in this country. Every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I think some get killed, severely disfigured. So we need to stop this. And that's all the frustration, loneliness, hopelessness. Some guys, it's a terrible feeling to be a man and come in the house and the refrigerator's empty. And the kids and the mom look and say, Dad, what's up? And Dad supposed to be the breadwinner, and Dad can't bring in a crumb.
Right.
Not about a slice of bread, he can't get a crumb
Right.
unless he hurts somebody or take it.
Right.
Then Dad is gone for 30 years, and the family is further devastated.
Right.
So we got to do something to stop this.
We
need
do.
everybody's help.
Because most of our men are in jail versus being out here to support their families.
Yeah.
Women too. I'm not going to school
right, because we're getting the crazy sentences. You know, nobody's spending 20, 30, 40 years in jail but us.
Right.
And then released and figure it out. Come on now. So a lot has to change. But we have the power with the dollar. So I'm always saying we need a Rosa Parks Montgomery bus boycott spirit. We have the power.
That's true.
And our money. We need to hold our money. We can break some things down.
Well, we're going to start here with making some connections and
have you ever seen
and
a
do
play
something.
called The Day of Absence, when all the black people left the city? All the white folks woke up and they looked for their cooks, busboys, butlers, and chauffeurs.
Come on now.
And all the black people.
With the power at?
And it's called
Okay.
Day of Absence, a play by Douglas Turner Ward.
Okay.
If we do the same thing and don't go to work for one day.
That's right. We can.
That would be a powerful movement in itself right there.
I'm telling you, it won't
itself
take
right
a
there.
year like it did with Montgomery bus boycott. All we gotta do is say, we're gonna do this for a few days till you do this. Release all our people who are still in jail for drugs. Come on now. Release them right now.
And it's
Mass release.
Reefer's legal in 27 states. We still got guys doing life for marijuana.
Right.
You know, and they got degrees and they've been in there 20, 30 years. Come on. It ain't right.
So
You
we
know,
got some
breaking
work
up
to
the
do,
black family.
Well, let us know what we can do. We'll be glad
So
to help.
absolutely. So 2020
Well, I'm definitely
is
going to be
good.
connecting with you all.
Okay.
You know, we
Great.
got something in common. So,
Great, yes.
yeah. We
Yeah,
gotta
so we're
break
gonna
these
connect
bonds.
our followers to this.
Yes.
This is huge, and it's everybody needs to be involved.
Absolutely.
This is all about us.
They have
It
to be
does.
involved. Everybody has to be in.
You got kids, and then we all got experience with the criminal justice system. 7 out of every 10 black males have a criminal record of being in prison. And you got over 15 million people got a loved one, friend, family, or relative, or neighbor friend in the penitentiary. So we got a 20 to 25 million population that if we can mobilize or access them, we ain't got to keep asking somebody to give us this. They're talking about cutting out Medicaid for 700,000 people. And in Wisconsin, the congressman said that any black person, any person on Medicaid or get food stamps that got a criminal record cannot buy food, chicken, fish, or steak.
Ain't that
You
crazy?
get food stamps,
Wow.
and you can't buy chicken, fish, or steak. What are they gonna buy? Kool-Aid?
Right.
Yeah, leave it up
So-
to these sick,
we gotta
antiquated
stop
that.
ideas.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know, hate for no reason. It's gotta
Right.
stop.
I
So
said enough.
What's the name of the play again? You said it's a play or
It's
a movie?
a play called Day of Absence. It's by this black playwright, Douglas Turner Ward.
Yep.
It was at the Kennedy Center back in the day.
Okay.
Robert
Right,
Hooks from the
right.
DC Black Repertoire started, and then it was on Broadway, off
Can you
Broadway.
send me that so we can?
And the play is
Yeah, 'cause
called
I wanna
Day
see
of
it.
Absence by Douglas
Yeah.
Turner Ward.
Okay.
Okay.
What happens when the white man wake up and
Oh,
all the
black
niggas are
people.
gone?
You know?
What
Yeah,
happens?
yeah, somebody need to rebuild, do that play.
The Day of
Yeah,
Absence.
that would be something.
Yeah.
They do.
wouldn't
That's
it?
what they really do.
Instead of
They
these
really do.
And
crazy
suppose we didn't all go to
wasting
work
money.
one day. Everybody just stayed home. Don't go to no restaurant.
It would
Right.
be shut down.
Wouldn't it? One day. One day, but a few
You
days.
gotta ask them. They're gonna do it.
Yes.
Because you're gonna be able to see. I mean,
You'll be
They,
able to
they
see.
need us.
yeah, you're gonna see us.
Mhm.
This was wonderful.
Thank you all so much.
And this
You
was
are
needed.
truly a
Thank you.
blessing.
This was
Thank
needed.
you.
I warned them
Yes.
that this was gonna be powerful.
You know,
I
right?
did. I did.
This is
warned them. Didn't you
awesome.
warn them?
I did.
We did.
Mm,
We put
did.
it out there. So I'm glad y'all made it. This was a new time for us.
It is.
3 to 4.
So
Which I think
We'll be gauging that for 2020, guys.
We will
just to
be.
give you a heads
Yeah.
up.
so this
Check
may
us
be
out
our new
earlier in the
time.
day on a
All
Sunday.
right.
So
Yeah. So and I had a couple people that said they kind of like that time. So it might be a good step up for us.
we're
So
gonna do all things new.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So y'all made parole then, huh?
Yeah, we made
on work release.
Let me put it full circle. We got permission from the warden, from UBC, and we were on parole. We got
Now you on parole.
No more jiggy boogie.
That's how I got to end it. No more jiggy boogie.
We have been partying from 7 to 8.
Exactly.
Our whole language is going to change. And they'll say, what's going on here, right?
We're going to start off with some jiggy boogie.
Yeah. I like that, though.
See, I like the way you said it.
I like that.
Yeah.
You can have little kids running around 3 years old and say, Mama, I don't want no more jiggy boogie. 3 years old.
I like it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So thank you again. I'm so glad we had a lot of people tune in and say the beautiful story.
We did.
So this won't be the last time you'll see them.
No.
And we're excited. We have ended our whole
excuse me.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
A year on Girls Gabbin. It's been wonderful.
It has been wonderful.
We've had some amazing people come through these doors and learn some extraordinary things.
And like we said, we didn't even know what we were going to bring, but when we brought it, we have had a great time.
It's been a good ride.
That's great.
Great.
So we're getting ready for 2020. So
it's gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned, and we're gonna start doing some things. We're gonna take some action.
Absolutely.
Please do it.
We gotta get started about
this. Was a good motivator into that.
Yes.
Because we got grandkids. Our grandkids will get caught up in this.
Yes.
I don't want to see nobody's kids.
Absolutely.
I got 5.
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
See.
A 6-year-old girl got locked up in Texas a couple of months ago, 6 years old. This black school resource cop locked up this 6-year-old girl because she was disrespectful.
I did see that.
And they put handcuffs on her.
I did 6 years old.
Locked her up and took it and fingerprinted and took mug shots and put
Come
it in
on
the back
now.
at 6 years old.
I did. I saw
and it
that.
was a black brother.
Yes.
Well, like Mert said, everybody brown ain't down.
No, that's true.
I mean, but you don't lock up kids. You don't put handcuffs on babies.
Yeah. What was your what was that supposed to prove?
He need to be locked up.
He needed to be in Lawton when I was down there with some guys. They took care of him.
Yeah. We need to bring those guys back, though.
Yeah.
We need to bring them back. Not you,
Yeah.
but them. Okay.
Well, I made parole.
You made parole. Yeah, you free.
He said, don't get it
twisted.
Don't
You got a part. Yeah, we're not going to put you back.
Yeah.
Bring the other ones back, though.
See, them guys live by principles and character.
Absolutely.
Even though they broke the law, you never cursed about his mother.
Exactly.
And since I've been home, I never heard this word since I've been out. Keep your legs closed. When I grew up, all the grandma, girl, close them legs. Keep your legs. Be respectful. You don't curse in the presence of somebody elders. All that stuff is gone.
I still have some of those habits. If I see a cuss word from my mother, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but I'm
there's certain things that my mind will play games with me if I start to even think.
Okay.
Right.
Before it even
You
get
remember,
there,
right?
I'm like,
You remember.
oh, you tripping.
Right. Exactly.
So that's when my kids have a moment. I said, look, hey, I don't even, and it's something small, even when you're letting your mom know where you are, whatever, and it's like, I'm not tracking you. I even check in with my mother, and I'm married, and when we go somewhere, I'm like, hey, we get ready to go here. I want you to be able, look, come looking for me. Okay? I want you to know. Don't you leave me out there like, oh no, she didn't. That is not me. I'm telling you for the record. No, come looking for me. Okay,
That's right. That's right.
But this was good. This was
good.
Awesome.
It was. It was great.
Thank you all for being here.
Yes.
Again, this is our last show of the year. We are super excited about what we're going to be bringing next year, so we ask you all to be prepared. Stay in tune. We will be doing from 3 to 4.
Yes.
Right? Right? Okay.
Right.
3 to 4.
Yeah, that's on the table.
Yeah.
We'll find
We'll
out.
figure it out. Yeah,
y'all know we're going to let y'all know.
We'll let y'all know. But we will have an earlier time slot.
Yes.
We'll put it that way.
Yes.
As always, we are powered by GoWin Media. You can download WinDC radio app to stay in tune with Girls Gabbin. Reach out to Lisa Dove Washington and Andrea Riley individually. And our Facebook page is Girls Gabbin. We thank you for tuning in. Happy holidays from Girls Gabbin.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yes.
Ooh, all of that.
The best to
We
you.
thank you, and you all have a good afternoon.
Absolutely.
And Merry
Amen.
Christmas.
Have a good one. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you. I'm going to make sure that we are off the air.
The signal was different in here today.
Stronger.
We had to do a
I think it's
selfie.
on.
Mine kept going out,
Oh,
which never happens.
we off. Is it off yet?
Where is he located at?
Huh?
This guy, where is he located at the studio? The engineer, where is he
Let me
located?
know, because this is the only show we're doing. Wait a minute, how do I turn it off?